Tommy, hanging out with Ronnie Radke, Falling in Reverse, man. Good to see you.
How you doing? What's up, man?
I tell you what, a great record with Coming Home, man. I've listened to it a couple different times, and it seems like you guys maybe are in a new direction now. But it sounds like a good place to be.
Yeah, we'll probably change directions on the next record. I've changed. We went all over the place. You know what I mean? So, actually, you never know. I don't want to say that because I don't want people to assume that we're going to do that. So.
Well, where did you guys do that record? It has a very anthemic feel to it.
Where did we do it?
Yeah.
I did it in my friend's apartment.
No kidding. Gotta love technology.
Yeah, I do all my records. I've produced the last 3 records, and I produce for other bands. Sometimes I do stuff, but I'm not really allowed to talk about it, so they can have their moment and stuff. But yeah, that's my favorite thing. Besides playing on stage, I like producing like music.
Well, man, the vocals and stuff, and just everything. It sounds great. So you did a great job. Congratulations.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Saved a few bucks too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Well, you know, the track Superhero, I just saw the video for it the other day, and it's a really cool song, but that sounds like there's more going on there. Is there something in the background maybe from you you can add to that description of the song?
Yeah, there's a definite undertone. It's just talking about, because I've had a pretty rough history. I've had a great life, ups and downs, but I've had a rough history. And it's just telling people that they expect me to be a certain way, and I can't be your superhero and all that stuff, and like I'm not, you know. So it's just, and it's about bullying and try to reach out to kids that feel alone and like that are not really that don't have anything to lean on as far as friends or family or anything like that. So.
Well, it's a good message, great video, and I think there's even more stuff going on there, but we'll move on, all right?
Oh, you mean like Stranger Things?
Well, I mean, yeah, I just saw there was family stuff, you know, the drinking and everything. Is this some of the stuff that maybe you experienced?
My dad was never an alcoholic, but back in the day he was a drug addict. But yeah, there's that vibe there, yeah. That was more of like a relatable thing due to the storyline, because we wanted it to relate to any kid that's going through it, because it matches the lyrics completely. Maybe it's a subconscious thing. It might be even a subconscious thing, you know what I mean?
But it was a great message and a great video and a great song. So again, all the way around, great work.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Now, the track F You and All Your Friends. You said you weren't going to say their name. Can you say it now?
Ryan Seaman.
Okay, I was just wondering. Okay. But no, that song just seems like it had a lot of emotion, and it looks like it sounded like it carried into the next song. That follows it on the record?
I hate everyone. Yeah.
Did you even quoted a line from the previous song?
I did. I wanted to do that to connect them together, yes. But that song, I Hate Everyone's about a girl, but the one before is about a friend. Yeah, so. Okay,
well, thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. And I liked how you did the callback. That was nice. It was nice. Now, Falling in Reverse, you got your 10th year coming up next year. You got anything special planned? I mean, not that you have to, but I mean, it's 10th year anniversary. You guys gonna be doing anything extra next year?
We're doing a really, really big tour. I can't talk about it though. I definitely can't talk about that, but you'll hear about that very soon. Next year, early next year. Never heard about it before that, but like it's early next year.
Now, you've had a lot of members coming in and out of the band in a short period of time. Is it just difficult out on the road for some people, or just not living up to the expectations of what you have for them?
It's a long story, but I fired most of them. It's hard to be a boss and a friend at the same time. You know, so I expect a certain thing, and it's not that much, but it's really hard to. If you're not in that position, you might not understand, but you have to be a boss and a friend at the same time. It's a really difficult situation. That's why you've seen like Panic at the Disco, or Panic at the Disco, that's the only member left as a singer, or there's a bunch of bands that have done that, you know. It's and I feel for them, and I completely understand. Behind the scenes is a little different. You can't really talk about everything, you know, but
especially too being such a visionary, sometimes it's hard for everybody to have your vision. And it's not a bad thing. It's not that they can't play. It's just not everybody shares the same vision, but in a project like this, everybody has to.
For me, it's attitudes. It's all attitude. If your attitude is poor and like I could sense it, and it keeps happening over and over and over, and it's creating this like thing, then I'm afraid I'm gonna have to let him go. So that's what it comes down to. So.
Well, we live in a different world these days, and with these different attacks on the different venues and stuff, you ever concerned about any of that? As far as the band? Yeah, people sneaking in backpacks and just crazy stuff. Has that been something that's come to your mind as of late?
I think that's another level, man. I don't know why. It's people that need so much attention. I just don't. You need that much attention, man. You're willing to die, or like it's crazy. That's something I don't even understand. I can't even literally tell you what. It's so bizarre. It's just bizarre to me. I don't understand. So.
Hey, you'd mentioned earlier you've had some struggles in the past, and please don't take offense to this question, but since you have had those struggles, you might have a better perspective on, and not that you share those same feelings, but maybe Chris Cornell and what happened with him. He's a great singer. You're a great singer. You've had some struggles, and so how can you maybe relate to that a little bit?
I can relate to that a lot, but it's been a really long time for me since I've kind of dabbled in the drugs. I don't mess around with drugs. I'm not like the drug guy anymore. I'm like, I'll have a couple drinks, I'll have a good time, but I'm not putting anything up my nose. I'm not. I relate to it. I feel it on a. It's instilled in me. I feel it on a deep level, but like I'm not. It's so far away. I don't even wake up and think. It's just so far away, man. It's like thank God though. I mean,
yes, absolutely.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I would last this long in a band. It's been about 9 years. I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a long time in the same band. If I was on drugs, I can't handle drugs. My record label owner tells me all the time. He's like, you can't handle drugs, man. Stop doing them. You know what I mean? He used to tell me that back in the day, and he's right, man. I can't do them because I can't handle them. I can't maintain. I destroy everything. So.
Well, thanks for sharing. On a positive note, what may be a guilty pleasure in your MP3 player?
I have no guilty pleasures. I like everything. If I like The Weeknd. I like Migos. Rap. There's no guilty pleasure. I love everything. I love all music. It's crazy. My playlist is like so this way, that way, this way. There's nothing that I don't like.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about music. You can like it or you don't. You're right. You like it or you don't. Doesn't matter what it is.
Right. If it's good, if it's something that, how children can sense, like children will be like, they don't understand what rude means, and they'll be like, you're fat. And they're like a little kid. I sense, you sense something being genuine. If it's not genuine, I'm not into it. You know what I mean? But it's got to at least be like genuine and different for me to be into it. So.
Dog or cat guy?
Dog.
Okay.
That's stupid, man.
What would you, sports fan at all?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Marcus Gilbert follows me. On Twitter. Mike Tomlin is really good friends with one of my best friends, which is psychotic to me. So, yeah.
Very cool. Now, you've been through a lot. You got Fall in Reverse now. You had Escape the Fate before. So you have a lot of information that you could pass on to a young musician on their way up or trying to buy a guitar or form a band. What advice would you give a kid, especially in the state of the business today, to maybe guide him in the right direction?
I would never want to step. I don't want to step in the way of anything. That's what I've learned. I'm not stepping in the way. I don't want to tell anybody anything because I don't want to direct them in the wrong direction. Because whatever is happening, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And one of my words to help a person might detour a person from doing exactly what they're supposed to. So it just comes down to letting whatever wild animal, wild beast inside this person, let them just, I'm not saying, you know what I mean? Because that very thing could be the reason why that they are big. You know what I mean? And it's the truth. The reason why my band got bigger is because I'm a psycho. the reason why Guns N' Roses is massive is because Axl is crazy as man, and their music's fantastic, but they you know what I'm saying? Do you
I know exactly what you're saying. Well, thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate that. Again, Ronnie Radke of Falling in Reverse. Get their record coming home. You won't be disappointed, and they got something big coming up, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks again, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.